Puji.
Hi, I'm Febby, Adhani, Martadina.
My name is Mutia Aisyah Hanifah.
My name is Putri Al Marhamah.
So, we're gonna tell you about how to write negative message. Before you write the negative message, you need to know your audience first. There are two approaches. The first one we're gonna talk is direct approach. The direct approach is using when the audience is possibility. Direct approach is used when the audience is aware of a responsibility in negative news, and the reader is not emotionally involved in that news, and they are ready to hear the bad news first. Last but not least, you want to discourage a response from them. And the second one is indirect approach. When using indirect approach is when the news is likely to come as shock or surprise. And the next one is your audience has a high emotional investment in the outcome. And last one is when you want to build the good. And the last one is when you want to have a good relationship with your audience.
For the indirect approach, open with an effective buffer. First, establish common ground with the audience. Second, validate the request if you're responding to the request. Third, don't trivialize the reader's concern. Fourth, do not mislead the readers into thinking the coming news might be positive.
If you want to deliver negative message, you have to provide the reason and the information. The first one, you have to explain why the news is negative. The second one, you have to fit the situation and the audience. The third one, if the reasons are confidential, you have to avoid the explanation. But if the reasons are appropriate, you have to set the plan how to respond it. The last one is seek the advice of your company lawyer if you are not sure to explain it.
Clearly state the bad news. State the bad news as positively as possible. Second, to help protect readers' feelings, emphasize the bad news by minimizing the place devoted to it. Third, explain your condition to the reader. Fourth, emphasize what you can and have done rather than what you cannot and won't do. And the last step, of course, you must close the message. You can close the message with a respectful note. In this step, there are three parts, and those are: first, you can express best wishes without being falsely positive. Second, you can suggest actions that readers might take. If appropriate, you can provide them with necessary information. And for the last, you can, if you're willing to discuss the situation, then you can encourage them, the readers, for further communication.
Here's an example of negative message using indirect approach. In this message, which is a combination of good and bad news, uses the indirect approach, with the good news serving as a buffer for the bad news. In this case, the customer wasn't promised delivery by a certain date. So the writer simply informs the customer when to expect the rest of the order. The writer also takes steps to repair the relationship and encourage future business with her firm. Okay, I'm going to explain each paragraph. So for the first, Susanne Godfrey uses the buffer to convey the good news. These two sentences imply the forthcoming bad news by telling the reader what's being done, not what can be done. And after the forthcoming bad news, She explains the delay and immediately cushions bad news with a pledge to ship by a definite time. In the third and fourth paragraph, the body and clothes foster a positive ongoing relationship by inviting inquiries and reminding the customer of a key benefit. In the fourth paragraph, this resale information encourages future purchasing, but in a way that addresses the customer's needs, not LAZ voice. And for the last, Susanne Godfrey also includes some helpful contact information for further communication.